to the first in a series of creative chats with the My Favourite Things design team. This month we're talking about dynamics, some buying strategies for them, and also ways to store them. So to begin with, I started my love affair with dynamics the very first month they came out. I think I bought the Jumbo Scallop Dynamic and also the Cloud Trio. I bought those because they were very unique. I had nothing like them in my stamp room already, and I knew I'd get a lot of use out of them. From there I started building my collection quite seasonally. So at Christmas I bought the Snowflake Dynamic and I used it a lot. You can buy things like the Hearts of Plenty Dynamic at Valentine's, works perfectly, and the Stacking Stars at 4th of July. From there I started to build my collection quite methodically. With every order I would try and include a border dynamic, a larger dynamic, so perhaps one of the doilies, the layered labels, or maybe a stamp set and dynamic combo. And I would also buy a little embellishment dynamic, so something like the music notes, the butterflies, or maybe one of the banners. I loved those. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I store my dynamics. This is how I store my dynamics. I have a little set of drawers that probably cost New Zealand, maybe $10 from a discount store. It's the sort of thing you can pick up in a lot of places. And I have each drawer labelled. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that or not. So I'll go through the categories that I have dynamics sorted by so that I can sort of find what I need quite easily. So to begin with, I have borders and banners. Now this drawer is where I keep all of the border dies, and you can see I actually label them with my label maker just so I know what the stamp set names are. So I have all the border dies, and I also have all of the little banner dies in there as well. Now some things that fit in there that aren't exactly border dies are things like the rosette dies. I keep them in there because they are the same length as the border dies, and I find that's the first place I'm going to go looking for those dies. So that's my first drawer. Now the second one is rolled flowers and doilies. So this is where I keep all the doily dies and also things like the rolled roses and the other rolled flower dies. Now, one of the reasons I like these drawers is that it is large enough to keep the High Tea Party doily die and also the pop-out tool. Previously, I did have all my dynamics jumbled together in a box, but it didn't fit the pop-out tool, and I was forever searching for it. So this is a nice way to make sure they're all together. My next category is labels and tabs. So this is where I keep all those label dies, all the layered labels, sweep stack labels, things like that, and also the wonderful tab dies, like the bracket tab and the file tab. Now I do have some dies in here that actually belong with stamp sets, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why they're in this drawer instead of in the last drawer that I'm going to show you, which is my stamp set combo drawer. This drawer is a category I call elements and embellishments. So this is where I keep all those little things that aren't sort of borders or shaped like labels. So they're things like the butterflies, hearts, flowers, the pinwheel, rainbows, all those little extra things that you'll put on your card as embellishments. Now last I have my stamp combos drawer, and this is where I keep dynamics that I associate very heavily with a stamp set. So by the numbers, say what, so nifty, all those sorts of things. Now I do have some in here like the little icons from You Move Me, and I have the larger dynamic for that set in my labels and tabs drawer. That's just because I find there's an easier way for my brain to sort of cope with where I might have put things. That's really the only reason they're split up. And and it's because, you know, those larger label dies, I don't always use them with the stamp set that they came with. They're so multifunctional that I will put them with other stamp sets quite often. So there's the You Move Me die, but it's so large it works with millions of the stamps from My Favourite Things. So there you have it. That's my storage. It's pretty simple. Oh, and up the top here, if I can move the camera, is just a little flip top compartment, and that's where I keep any extra die cuts that I may have. I don't tend to cut a lot in advance. I do keep any if I have them left over, but I find if I cut them in advance, I'm so scatterbrained that I will forget that I have them. So I usually cut as a project moves, and also I like having them in these drawers, and I like to cut as I design a project so that I can change my mind, which I do often, because often looking through these drawers, you'll be looking for something that you think you want to use, and you'll see something that works even better. I love it when that happens. So there you have it. That's my Die-namics storage. That's my little strategy for buying them. Hopefully this has helped you out. Bye!